Hi, I'm Daniel Peck, and welcome to Live at the Bop Stop. Sam Blakeslee and Wistful Thinking returned to celebrate the release of their second album, recorded during COVID. On the heels of 2021's The Long Middle, this performance celebrates the release of Busybody. Produced and mixed in Cincinnati, Cleveland, and New York City, the group and this album feature contributions from legendary percussionist Jamey Haddad, along with Sam Blakeslee on trombone, Chris Coles on saxophones, Brandon Coleman on guitar, and Matt Weis on bass. From a November 5th, 2022 performance, it's Sam Blakeslee and Wistful Thinking, live at the Bop Stop.
So this next one we're going to do is one that I wrote after, in the last year or so, I've gotten really into hiking and backpacking and trying to get away from it all, you know. And this past summer, I went way, way off grid for a week in the Adirondacks in a beautiful wilderness area called Cold River. And it was just amazing and transformative for a number of reasons. So I felt stirred to write a little song that kind of encapsulated the experience. So here's a brand new one entitled Cold River. So before we play our next number, I just would like to introduce all the members of this amazing band that I'm extremely fortunate to share the stage with, and have to give an extra special shout out to our alto saxophone player, Chris Coles. And not just for the obvious reasons that he plays so well and he just cleans up so nice, but because he hasn't slept in 2 days. And he was in Iowa this morning, and his flight got canceled. And his flight got canceled in O'Hare. I don't know if that's much better, but he called me about 9:30 this morning in Chicago saying, I got to find a way to the gig. And the only way, there was no rental cars available to drop off in Cleveland. And we're actually going to Chicago next week. So he rented a car, and then we're going to drive it back on our way into town. So for coming through hell and high water to be here, Chris Coles on alto saxophone. You're listening to Cincinnati-based Brandon Coleman on guitar. And another gentleman that I've had the fortune of collaborating for several years, my trips to Cincinnati and around the Midwest. You're hearing from Matt Weis on electric bass. You're also going to hear him on this little funny piano called Moog synthesizer here on this next one, and you'll be overjoyed with the tones. And joining me for the first time with this band, but certainly not the last, one of the East Coast's finest drummers, splitting his time between New York City and Boston, the amazing Lee Fish on drums. So we're going to continue with one that is off the new record that it was kind of the record that was never supposed to happen. It was remotely recorded in between May and September 2020. And what just kind of what started as just a couple of collaborations just for fun, turned into an album that I'm very proud of, and that I'm so glad that we were able to create. So this is one that if you came to any of my shows in like 2014 when I was here, this was one that I was playing a lot and then kind of put away for a bit, and we were able to repurpose it for this band. This is entitled What Was. Hope you enjoy it.
There's more live at the Bop Stop right after this.
Have you ever wanted to sit down with musicians and pick their brains? Ask questions like, how did you get your start? What keeps you motivated to create and play? What do you do outside of music that inspires you? Or what advice do you have for aspiring musicians? If you want the answers to those questions from a plethora of musicians and other creatives, listen to the podcast Extra Musical, hosted by me, Stephen Philip Harvey. Every Monday, we sit down with a new musician to ask them these questions in an open-ended conversation, and you'd be surprised where it leads. Extra Musical airs on your preferred podcast provider.
You are listening to Sam Blakeslee and Wistful Thinking, live at the Bop Stop.
So, thanks for letting us take you on that little journey. So this next one we're going to do is another one that we're going to be recording next week. And you'll get to see it. You heard it here first. And it's, when the second album that we came out with, well, let me start. The first one was very pastoral and serene, and it was kind of a drummerless chamber ensemble. And the second album could not be more different. There's tons of electronic music and fusion and synthesizers, and also kind of a reconciliation of my early love of psychedelic rock that I get to live vicariously through Brandon's guitar playing. And another thing that Brandon kind of re-energized me or reconnected me with my love of bluegrass music that I grew up a lot playing in high school on guitar, and I kind of wanted to write something in that vein. So this is a brand new one entitled Not In My Holler. So we've got one more tune for you this set. Y'all having fun? Oh yeah. It's truly a pleasure. I mean, of all the places that we're playing on tour, I'm exceptionally happy to be at the Bop Stop. I've been seeing music here since 2007, and it's been such an integral part of my whole musical being, both as just a listener and as a band leader. So I'm extremely thankful for the Bop Stop. Let's give them a big round of applause. And when I heard that the new management was going to be under the direction of the incredible Brian Kennard, that was some of the best news I received in a while. So let's give it a hand for Brian. And we've got one more tune for you this set. Before we do that, I would be remiss if I didn't introduce this amazing band. Just one more time. Chris Coles on alto saxophone. Brandon Coleman on guitar. Matt Weis on bass. Lee Fish on drums. My name is Sam Blakeslee, and this is Wistful Thinking. And thank you very much. And we do have some CDs for sale. They're 1 for 15, 2 for 25, or 3 for 35 if you want to take all my records home. So feel free to talk to me at the break. But before we do that, this is our last tune for the set. A little funky number I dedicated to one of my favorite bassists, Dave Holland. This is entitled Hollandaise Sauce. Hope you enjoy. Wiles on alto saxophone, Brandon Coleman on guitar, Matt Weis on bass, Lee Fish on drums. My name is Sam Blakeslee. Thank you so much. Thanks to Bop Stop for having us. See you next time. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Live at the Bop Stop is made possible by the Music Settlement, serving Northeast Ohio by offering music instruction, music therapy, and early childhood education since 1912. The Music Settlement's mission is to welcome all to our music and arts community to learn, create, inspire, and heal. This program is recorded at the Robert Conrad Studios at the Bop Stop in Cleveland, Ohio, and the studios of KUNV in Las Vegas, Nevada. Additional production at the Bop Stop is provided by Graham Rosen. Editing for WOBC, WNPA, and the Public Radio Exchange is provided by Dr. Pete Nagley, and for our podcast and other radio affiliates by Sean Gilbert at Gilazar Media. The executive producer is Daniel Peck, with additional consulting production by Brian Kennard and Gabe Pollock on behalf of the Music Settlement. For extended versions of all of our shows, our Live at the Bop Stop podcast can be found on your favorite podcast app or visit our website at www.themusicsettlement.org and click on the Bop Stop link. To reach out directly, email us at liveatthebopstop@gmail.com. I'm Daniel Peck. Join me again next time, live at the Bop Stop.